I wanted to take a couple steps back and remind everybody of Matt Walsh, who has an upcoming film, quote unquote film, a documentary, so to speak. And I wanted to examine his previous work for a moment to just point one thing out. And that is that Matt Walsh doesn't seem to do much research in the things he talks about. If you haven't seen Jesse Gender's video completely tearing apart Matt Walsh's What is a Woman documentary, please go watch it. But he cannot create anything, really. It seems like deception is the only way that he knows how to make content these days. And somebody might say, well, Jordan, you went undercover. Yes, but I did not try to purposefully, aside from literally deceiving them about who I was, I did not try to, as we'll see, lie to them to take their words out of context, as I showed in like the interviews that I just showed in their entirety, as I showed with, footage that is publicly available and you can go check, and that I sourced, which Matt Walsh does not do. So there are a lot of differences between the way I've done undercover journalism and Matt Walsh has done, I can't even really call it journalism, to be honest. And I wanted to draw a question to this. I wanted to draw attention to this. For people who don't remember, and we don't need to read the whole article, multiple people were tricked by the production company Matt Walsh was using when filming What is a Woman. They believed that they had been led into interviews that were, examining trans life, that were taking a pro-trans lens, only to find out that it was this bigoted, dumbass piece of shit who just wanted to use gotcha questions and clip them out of context, essentially. Again, deception is really the only way he can really get his name out there anymore. Just wanted to remind people of that. And then I wanted to go to this really quick, because here's another. This is one of the funnier things I've seen them come out and try. Like, Matt Walsh shared this as like PR material for his upcoming movie, by the way. So they're using this, mind you. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen somebody try and use as like promo material. It's a police report from when Matt Walsh went undercover for his Am I Racist movie, where he sought out all of these weird, like, I guess DEI groups, like things I don't even know exist. And I just want to read from it a little bit, because it has some of the funniest descriptions of Matt Walsh I've ever seen. And I feel a compulsion to share it with everybody. So the person who called the police claims they entered the event and observed what she described as an impressively staffed production crew appearing to be well funded. She said that the crew told participants of the round table to power down their phones, and said that they took the phones away in Ziploc bags. So they took everybody's phones, this production crew, because they didn't want them filming Matt Walsh. She states in hindsight she doesn't know why she handed over her phone. She thought it was a strange request. She then stated that at one point a man entered and sat at a round table opposite her and her friends, and that his name was Matt Walsh. She said he was uncomfortable to be around. This is something that Matt sent out, or at least the Daily Wire sent out to libs of TikTok, so that people would talk about it and generate some buzz and controversy for their film. And that they think this makes them look good. In an election season, when people like Matt Walsh are trying desperately to reject all the weird allegations, like, we're not weird, you're weird. He's here, literally, a police report where the police were called because he made people so fucking uncomfortable. Yeah, he shared this from libs of TikTok. And libs of TikTok was sent this by the Daily Wire. She said he was uncomfortable to be around. I asked for further explanation, and it was not further justified other than he made people feel uncomfortable. Does anybody doubt that about Matt fucking Walsh? Like, of course he made people uncomfortable. Look at him. She expressed her concern to the production crew, who she said told her that Walsh was not invited and that they will ask him to leave. After the lunch break, Walsh re-entered the workshop and at one point became loud. No further explanation. She said that Walsh was speaking with another man and put his arm on him put his arm on the other man, at which time there may have been a minor physical altercation where Walsh and the other man wound up by the exit door. She said at this time she told the production crew to call the police and explained that it's what she would have done at this juncture if she were running things. So that's like from there, they come and she explains people. So yeah, Matt has spent the last day thinking that he is fucking slick, doing this. And here's the thing, right? Like, Matt, look, you should have contacted me, buddy. I can give you some tips. You're doing way too much. First off, the wig doesn't work for you, like, at all. I understand that this is like the only wig Daily Wire has in their fucking costuming department, so they have to get as much juice out of it as they can. You have to use it for Lady Ballers and this and Am I Racist? Like, I get it. But it doesn't work for you. You'll notice, here's one of the funny things. Matt wears this wig as like an own, like in the Lady Ballers character and also in Am I Racist? It's supposed to be some kind of depiction of liberal men. But if you'll notice from the camera footage we just got done watching at the DNC and also all the people around him, they just have regular ass haircuts, dude. Like, they have hair that's shorter than yours. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's so goofy. Other thing that is just too much is these comical ass big buttons. Like, a couple people might be wearing a couple buttons, but dude, you are decked out in merch. You are drawing attention to yourself at that point. You are not blending in. Like, when I went undercover, for example, I had a Trump hat because everybody had a Trump hat, and I wore a Trump shirt because everybody wore a Trump shirt. Like, that's what you did at CPAC. But if you wore more than that, if you were one of the people with like Trump bedazzled pants, or like a weird Trump brick suit, or like there was one dude who had like a Trump ventriloquist puppy, if you were one of those cats, that drew more attention. That drew people taking pictures of you like this. You're doing too much. Too much. Vote white dude for Harris. It says white dude for Harris. Cute dude for Harris. White dude for Harris. So funny. Dude. It's so cool. Aren't bikers with long hair thing? What a weird thing to say is liberal. I mean, like, anybody can have, like, conservatives have long hair. Liberals have long hair. Like, anybody can have long hair. It's such a weird thing that he's obviously fixated on. The other thing that he is fixated on, and this is like completely apparent if you've spent as much time observing Matt as I have, but also like the jokes that he loves to put in like Daily Wire stuff, is the performativeness of liberals, which seems to be, I haven't seen the movie yet, obviously, but it seems to be what that I Am a Racist film hinges on, is how performative liberals are, and how like they get wrapped up in like white guilt and shit like that. And here's the really funny part about that I'm really looking forward to tearing apart, is that me personally, nor anybody I know, give a fuck about like white guilt and white fragility, because most people, rational people, understand that there is a level to it, at which point, like, you should probably acknowledge the role that white people have played in fucking over other people's lives generationally. But there's also a line where, like, that doesn't come down to you. Matt doesn't want it to appear that way, though. So, in addition to Matt Walsh, Charlie Kirk and Mike Lindell have tried to infiltrate. Like, I didn't know my video blew up that much, that I'm making these kind of waves. I'm influencing the culture here. The conservative content creators want a slice of this pie. Yeah, no, I dunked on Charlie Kirk for that. Like, they just don't know what weird actually means, and I find it very funny.
Why did you say that the civil rights bill should be overturned?
I didn't say that. I said it was a mistake.
Why? That's crazy.
Now you gotta figure it out.
I wouldn't be here. That's trouble.
Who's that?
I have a question.
Said the civil right. How the fuck? do you take... That's fucking crazy. Like, first off, kid, probably too young to be doing that. But, like, how do you fucking tell a black child the Civil Rights Act was a mistake? Unbelievable evil. Unbelievably evil person. Ah, here we go. Mike Lindell got destroyed by a 12-year-old in a debate after shaving his mustache. Like, you cannot just shave your mustache, Mike. Like, you are not that iconic with the stash.
250.
200.
Oh my God. He's yelling at the small child. I'm fucking sorry. Like, look, between this shit, between wearing a wig undercover, between yelling at a child and telling a black kid that civil rights was a mistake, they're not beating the weird allegations. They're fucking not. Conservatives never beating the weird allegations.
157,000 votes just happened last week. A judge ruled in Georgia that are missing from the 2020 election. This just came out. You're behind. You shouldn't.
So your source is trust me, bro? That's your source?
The source. It's in your papers in Georgia. You need to read your news.
Your papers. He's talking to this like 10-year-old. It's like, what is your source? And the 10-year-old's like, so your source is trust me, bro? He's like, well, it's better than your source. You're behind on your information. Oh, that's so fucking good. Oh man. Really quick though, to wrap up our infiltration discussion of Matt. See, Matt has really thought he was super slick with this. He got discovered almost immediately, and it's been going around for days. And he's basically pretending like it didn't happen, that people didn't immediately fucking recognize him and call him out, and is instead, of course, doing turns out it's a promo for his Am I Racist video. Where if you go to, because his whole thing now is he links to a fake website called Project 2025, which apparently also has a trailer. So let's go look at the website, because his whole thing now. Yeah, Squishy Ghoul. Oh, you don't know about Am I a Racist? Okay, let's peep game real quick at Matt Walsh's theatrical film debut. Yes, this is going to be in theaters. For those who don't know, this is going to be in theaters. I already have my tickets because, of course, as somebody who loves debunking dog shit like Matt Walsh, I'm going to be seeing it. I'm going to be reviewing it. I'm going to be dismantling it. The Daily Wire has already done the same thing they did with What Is a Woman and a lot of their and Lady Ballers, where they are specifically seemingly targeting content outlets of leftists, liberals, or in this case, in the case of a theatrical film, like, for example, Daily Wire's movie played, the trailer for this played before Elliot Page's new film. A limited release over the weekend had Elliot Page's new film. So, like which they do it to, much like Matt Walsh's little stunts and his infiltrations, they do it for controversy. They do it to drum up some semblance of people giving a fuck. Because if they only had like the strength of their arguments, they would have literally nothing. If they only had evidence on their side, again, they would have literally nothing, because there is no strength to their arguments. There is no evidence on their side. That's why, as we were showing at the very beginning, Matt Walsh has to fucking lie to even get interviews. He has to deceive people because he is so off-putting and strange, and the only way he can make these products is to lie. Not like what I did lie, where I would still have honest conversations with people and ask them honest questions and let them give full answers, but in a way where he has to clip and nip and cut around everything. Because that's all he really has. Like, once a shock jock, always a shock jock. Like he's doing the same fucking, like the man bun is apparent. It's just a shitty wig, by the way. Everybody can see it's a shitty wig. Doesn't look realistic at all. Tomboy Succubus, thank you for gifting. Thank you, Billy, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Diamond Dynamo. Jedi Master Abby, thank you for 200 biddies. Yeah, no, it's literally the same costume. It's the same fucking, I was telling you, it's the same wig again. Like there's no effort put into it whatsoever. Thank you for the cat munism sticker. We appreciate it so much. It's like, first off, when he said I'd have to go deeper undercover, my heart skipped a beat because I thought he was going to do blackface. I swear, I honest to God thought Matt Walsh was going to do blackface. But here's my thing. I would love to be proven wrong on this. My theory right now, my prediction for Matt Walsh's film, he's going to drop a hard R N-word. And he's going to do it doing the same fucking lame shtick he always does when he does these undercover things where he's like, oh, you mean I can't say this? I can't do this? And he's going to be like, well, so like if black people can say this, why can't white people say this? And that's like 100%. I feel it in my bones. I feel it this much in the way that What Is a Woman really just got more at his insecurity about being a man and him wanting to foist those differences and how superior and strong men are over women. Like that was really his deep psychological reason for that movie. I think he has a deep, abiding desire to publicly say the N-word. And I think that is going to be this film. Like he is dressing like a vaccine skeptic, which is entirely captured by the GOP. 100%. Like it's his bizarre, like, boomer brain, right? Like it's this weird mindset that he and most conservatives over the age of 40 have, where they still, even though they weren't really alive for the 60s, they have this like internalized vision of liberals and leftists as being like hippies, as being like at peace protests and passing peace pipes on college campuses and shit. And it's like, don't get me wrong, there's still people like that, but it's not the same style. Like a lot of people who look like that, you're right, they're fallen more into COVID and vaccine conspiracists. They're like people like Russell Brand, like capture that look. People like JP Sears capture that look. Like way more than anybody. Like look at the left. Like Hassan doesn't fucking look like that. You know, like what are you basing this on? You absolutely cannot miss this exclusive. The one funny fucking part of it, first off, from the white guys who brought you What Is a Woman, there's such a. The funniest part I think about this trailer is two things. One, Matt Walsh, like the way he does this thing, and he framed it as the beginning of What Is a Woman 2, where he's just sitting there so pensively pondering the issues of the world and really, really delving into them in like the simplest way possible. But it's so funny to think of him like just thinking about these things and then acting as if that's some like grand accomplishment. Like he's some kind of average modern day philosopher. He's not. Like the conclusions he draws are completely rudimentary. Like he would not pass a first year philosophy class. Now, second thing that's very funny is the way that the Daily Wire kind of like it's that equivalent of that one Family Guy bit where Peter's like, I didn't care for The Godfather. It insists upon itself. They really truly do insist upon themselves in the way that they seem to think they have more of a notoriety than they do. And I could be wrong about that, but I really don't think outside of like terminally online conservatives, I don't think a lot of people know who the fuck the Daily Wire is. Like, I don't think people, like Matt Walsh is not a household name. Like, in a very real way. Squishy Cat Paws. I meant to say this earlier, but I was driving. There's a Ben Shapiro book review by Cryptotheism on Tumblr that just thoroughly dissects and obliterates his entire career in psyche. 100 out of 10 would recommend to read if you haven't already. That sounds like my shit exactly. I will have to check that out. All right, let's do this.
Let's be clear, what's happening in this country, it's Nazism. Republicans are not Nazis. You cannot separate yourselves from the bad white people.
Growing up in the 90s, I never thought much about race. Sure, you noticed, but never really seemed to matter that much. At least not to me.
Being a white, straight, cisgender man, it's the top of the pile.
I'm on the top of the pile. That's me. Am I racist?
I would really
Fucking bonkers for a dude who has done nothing but fail the fuck upward while being incredibly and openly racist. For him to be like, well, I'm the top, like, I'm me? What? Like, fuck off.
Appreciate it if you left.
I'm trying to learn. I'm on this journey.
Can you please leave?
If I'm going to sort this out, I need to go deeper undercover. If I want to be an ally, I need to look like one.
What, in what fucking, like, he didn't even shave his beard.
What is racism?
Martin Luther King said not to judge people by the...
Martin Luther King said a lot of stuff.
Is America inherently racist?
What the hell is that?
The word inherent is challenging there. America is racist to its bones. All of the...
So inherently.
Yeah.
the entire system has to burn. And I'm not going to even use save this country. This country is not worth saving. This country is a piece of shit.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
They gonna say I'm racist.
Joining us now is Matt, certified DEI expert.
Here's my certification. Where are you guys on your anti-racist journeys? So I'll look around the room and point to who we believe is the most racist person in the room. We want to rename the George Washington Monument to the George Floyd Monument. Would you mind signing it? You will? What do you think about this issue of heteronormativity and how it intersects with the broader structures of racism in society?
They gonna say I'm racist.
What's up with white people? What are you doing to decenter your whiteness?
Who's making it the center? Why are they doing that?
And what you're doing is you're stretching out of your whiteness. This is more for you.
See, like, it's nothing but making up ideas about, like, what liberals think of race. Like, he's going to all these people, which, by the way, he would absolutely hate. Outside of the context of using these, like, small town people for his film, like, he obviously thinks very little of them. Like, he is trying to belittle their intelligence as a way to say, like, see, look, regular people don't care about race. They don't think about it at all. Which just isn't true. Like, it's not true. But also, like, this shit about appointing himself as a DEI expert and then trying to teach other people, like, posing as a fake thing to get people to trust you so you can make them look ridiculous. And somehow that's supposed to make the idea that white people are racist look ridiculous? Like, dude, you are showing how you are lying and trying to trick people. What the fuck, man? Like, this is the best you could do? Unbelievable. That is fucking crazy to me. Man. Y'all, I, for one, I'm pumped to see it. And no, it's Zollner on Twitch. It's very much, like, Borat coded, for sure.
White.
And it's not bright. It's Bryson Gray, not Tom McDonald. Bryson Gray, by the way, dude, who thinks that marital rape isn't a thing because men always have the right to women in marriage. So that's who's singing the song everybody's been forced to listen to here.
Folks,
White supremacy.
white woman, white boy,
White.
entitlement,
White.
centering,
White.
silence.
Is there a black person around here?
So there's a black person right here. Does he not exist?
They gonna say I'm racist, but they call everybody racist.
Hi, Robin.
Hi. And what's your name?
I'm Matt.
Matt. Hi, Matt.
Nice to meet you.
I just had to ask who you are because you have to be careful.
Never be too careful.
They gonna say you racist, but they
Yeah, it's just like it's such a fucking. He got an interview with Robin DiAngelo, and she is bad enough at this stuff that he might actually look at. Yeah, like he's taking somebody who has been widely fucking debunked, who so many people don't trust, like Robin DiAngelo, and holding her up as an example. Like, I wonder if he got, like, Rachel Dolezal in here, too. I wouldn't be fucking surprised somehow. Why would he leave that in? Because he thinks that's an own. Yeah, no, they think it's an own that they trick the libs by just having money and lying